Hi, this is Andrew Bridgewater, chartered psychologist and the creator of Mood and Food, with another Mood and Food podcast, which I'm actually creating from a video that I'm recording out here in Cyprus, near Larnaca. And I want to share with you some really important information that became apparent to me on my journey. And if you don't know my journey, I'll just share it very briefly. Back in 2005, I made an investment decision out here in Cyprus, which within a few months seemed to have gone very badly wrong. Now, I use the words carefully, seemed to have done. It hasn't been a great investment 15 years later, but what happened in 2005, 2006 is that I beat myself up for it. I was concerned that I was going to bankrupt myself, my family. I felt like a fool. And within a few months, 3 months, I found myself in a psychiatric hospital with severe depression. Now, that wasn't very hard to do. And you might, hearing that story, think, well, how ridiculous. But actually, what we think and how we think about our experience is so powerful. And that whole issue was a turning point for me because as I lay there in a psychiatric hospital in Warwick for 5 weeks, I realised that I didn't want to keep repeating this pattern of depression and anxiety when life circumstances seem to get tough. And let's face it, there's a lot to feel challenged by at the moment. The virus that's gone around the world is causing a second wave of lockdowns, and in turn that's creating a lot of fear, anxiety and depression, severe stress for many people who are facing yet more challenging circumstances for several months, if not longer. And as I say, I've learned a great deal about how to deal with adversity. And in fact, I've had much bigger challenges since 2005, which would have floored me then because of the different understanding that I have and because of what I've been able to do with my nutrition, what I eat and drink. And it's often said that the biggest impactors of our physical and mental health in order of importance are what we think, what we drink and what we eat. And that surprised me when I first came across it, but it's actually rung very true for me and for the people that I work with and help. Because the way we think, the way we experience life, the way we interpret our circumstances has a huge bearing on how we feel mentally and physically. And I used to feel that that was all on autopilot. There was nothing I could do about it. So I set about learning things like neuro-linguistic programming, positive thinking, affirmations, in a vain attempt to create a different set of circumstances in my life, which I realised was totally back to front. And what I really needed to do was understand the mechanics of my thinking and understand that I'm creating that experience of life moment to moment. As Shakespeare says, there's nothing good or bad, only thinking makes it so. A very profound statement. Now, I'm not denigrating any challenging life circumstances that you may be feeling, but I realised that I did not want to be at the effect of challenging life circumstances for the rest of my existence. And that's what I was pretty much told to expect by well-meaning professionals. Somebody who was at risk of depression and anxiety for whatever reason. I realised that was fundamentally untrue and actually very unhelpful. So what we think, drink and eat in order of importance. Now, the Mood and Food course actually contains a lot of information on good nutrition, good drinking, but also a lot of information about the psychology of mental health. And the approach that I use now is called the 3 Principles of Understanding. I'll say a lot more about that in future episodes of the podcast, but I just wanted to leave you with that strong sense that what we think, what we drink and what we eat in order of importance are the key impactors of our mental and physical health. And as I say, you can get the complete course, the complete Mood and Food course at www.thementalhealthcoach.net, and it's half price at the moment. So if you want to get ahead, you want to study the whole material, get in there. And I'll look forward to sharing some more useful content with you in a future episode of the Mood and Food podcast. So this is Andrew Bridgewater from Larnaca in Cyprus. Bye for now.